Yo, what's up, yo? This is Killer Priest, and I'm representing right now for Kofi Universe. That universe is the universe you should be in.
First time I met Kendrick was a long time ago. I don't even know if he'll remember. He was going to the Yet Center in Compton, and as part of a probationary program, I had to go be a big brother at this Yet Center, and me and my homie Tato,
Getting hours signed. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't Kendrick's big brother, but he used to come in there and he was real young, man. And he was just always charismatic, always good with the words, man, and just a, funny little guy. I don't even know if he remembers that. And so when I had, and we grew up like across the street and around the corner from each other. But I gang bang hard and Dot, he non-affiliated, but he Compton. And he ain't no punk either. Right. So and everybody from the hood that don't bang still is from the hood.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like he got that, but I always knew. So in the beginning, I would be going in the beginning of my career, I'd be going by Top Dog's house and just, helping him with J-Rock stuff and lending my, 2 cents since I was a little bit, ahead of the curve than from where they were. And I was always asking Top, I was like, yo, let me get Dot. He was like, no. And so he knew what he was. I knew what he was. J-Rock, when I took J-Rock on tour, Dot was hype man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I asked Top again at my house in Glendale. I was like, let me get Dot. He was like, nah. But he was like, yo, what if we piece up TDE? And I was like, man, I got Black Wall Street. I'm good.
Yeah.
I want you to do
So
your
when you
thing.
say let me get Dot, are you talking about let me get him as an artist or as a feature?
Let me get him as an artist because I already knew. I knew what he was going to be.
Yeah.
And nobody didn't understand it yet except everybody that was around Top and TDE. They knew. And I knew.
YouTube salute. So the game has been making his rounds on radio stations. He was on Big Boy's Neighborhood, and he claimed he wanted to sign K. Dot. But a lot of people not buying it, y'all. So there's a TDE affiliate named 2T's TDE, and he jumped on social media and repost the video that the game has on Big Boy's Neighborhood, and he said blood faking. He never wanted to sign Kendrick. Um, Kendrick never mentioned this before. I never heard J Rock, Absol, Schoolboy Q, Punch, Dre, Snoop Dogg, nobody that wanted to sign Kendrick like that. I mean, remember, Kendrick was J Rock's hype man. That's no shade. I'm just saying. Because remember, J Rock was the first artist on TDE. And he was getting his name out, was doing his thing. Do I believe the game helped out J Rock? Yeah, he did. He helped him out as far as like maybe give him some pointers, going over there to Punch, and working some stuff out. I can believe that. And he actually brought J Rock on tour. So he did do that. I'm not saying he didn't do that. He also got Nipsey Hussle to go on tour with him, and Nipsey also opened up for the game. So stuff like that, the game did show some love for the West Coast artists. But as far as signing Kendrick, nah, I don't believe that, y'all. I don't believe that. And first, even if you wanted to sign Kendrick or take away Kendrick from TDE, they wasn't going to allow that to happen anyway. I haven't seen an artist that came out on Black Wall Street that had the stardom like Game. Nobody, no matter who that artist is. I mean, I haven't seen it. So I don't think the Game is in that position, or he maybe thought he was in that position and he was going to actually bring somebody out. It's hard when you a superstar or a star and you trying to bring somebody as like your protege, the heir apparent to the throne. It doesn't always work out right. I mean, 50 Cent has some success with G Unit. Look what he did for Tony Yayo. Well, more likely it was really Lloyd Banks and Young Buck. So he had some success with that. Jay-Z, Memphis Bleak, we can't really count him too much. Yeah, he had some gold records, but that was really because Jay-Z was on almost every track. Beanie Siegel stood on his own. Yes, he had to push from, Jay helping him and Dame Dash, but Beans can handle his own, whatever. Um, Outkast had Goody Mob that was helping them out, and Goody Mob was able to stand on their own, you know. But it's really hard. It's really hard, whatever. But I don't believe the game wanted Kendrick Lamar. Maybe not. But I don't. Maybe it was a talk, but I don't believe. Okay, let's just say this, hypothetically speaking. Say like Punch said, you know what? Yeah, I'll let you work with Kendrick. Do I think the game would have promoted Kendrick right? It's hard to say, but I don't think so. I think everything happens how it's supposed to happen. It's by design. God don't make mistakes. The universe works in mysterious ways. I believe in all that. So I believe that the fact that we probably wouldn't even be talking about a Kendrick Lamar right now if Kendrick was signed on Black Wall Street. We probably would have heard of him on mixtapes and little stuff, but I feel like his star power came from his hard work and his dedication. Dre recognized Kendrick and said, yeah, he made that distribution to have, Kendrick be a part of the aftermath family when his Good Kid, Mad City album came out. You know, so he was like, no, we're gonna push that moving forward with all your albums. You know, after Section 80, Kendrick was able to do what he needed to do and move forward. I mean, the game, you saw what Dre did to him after the documentary. He dropped him. Of course, Game has some solid albums after that. The Doctor's Advocate is a dope album. Don't get me wrong. LAX, it's a cool album. There's some tracks on there that's really fire. Don't get me wrong. I never really listened to the other albums after that. I heard tracks from those albums, maybe just skim through. I mean, yeah, some stuff is good. Don't get me wrong. The Game was still doing his stuff, but he didn't have that classic album like the documentary. He didn't have those hard hits like the documentary. He didn't have that strong radio play commercial buzz like the documentary. That doesn't mean that those albums wasn't good. It was just you could tell something was still missing. Like it's kind of like when your mom or grandma they make that certain like macaroni and cheese or that soup and you make it, but you didn't really pay attention to the ingredients, and something's still missing. I mean, it looks good, but once you taste it, like, nah, it ain't that. It's missing something. So that's just my take on this. The Game has a new Gangsta Grills mixtape out right now. So he's getting ready to drop the documentary 3 in 2026. He said it's complete, it's done. So we're gonna see what that's talking about. 'Cause the last album we heard from the Game when he dropped that double album in 2022. Remember he was dissing Eminem for like a 10, 8 minutes or something like that. He was going at Eminem because he wanted Eminem to battle him, but Eminem didn't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. But y'all let me know what you think about this situation. Do you believe if the game would have signed Kendrick, do you think he would have did a great deal as far as like promoting Kendrick, getting behind him, and like allowing Kendrick to shine the way he is today as that star? Or you think he probably would have handicapped Kendrick's career? Or do you think this is all cap what the Game is saying? Post your comments below. Hulk smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live.